What's up guys, it's Talon here. In today's video we're going to be taking a look how you can improve your W King skills by analyzing top EU pro Mr. Savage and how he's dropping high kill games in Arena. But before I get into this VOD for you guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me in another way, use code Talon.fn in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen, we have Mr. Savage's POV. This is going to be a 25 kill arena win. Starting off in Tilted, if you're wanting to drop high kill games, obviously you need to be landing here. He gets almost over a third of his kills here in Tilted with that before he ends up leaving. Let's start though. He's going to get a free elimination on an opponent with no gun. And then you're going to see him quickly piece control this opponent right here. A nice quick 2 kills. Now this next engagement is going to have one of my favorite moves in it, which I like to call a Martaz ramp. One of the best ways to end fights when you're at significant health advantage. You're going to see the piece control on display right here. Fantastic. Hit a little course. 81. He even tries to finish it off with a sniper. Tries to get the good attempt right there, but doesn't get it. And this is what we call a Martaz ramp right here. This is a fantastic way when you are at health advantage to finish fights. We're going to take a look at this entire engagement, kind of in slow motion, break it down, and kind of just go over what allows Mr. Savage to be so successful here. So you're going to see he's already going to get a good crack of damage here pretty early on this opponent with some good piece control. Hits him for 21, not that good here. He hits a little course, good crosshair placement, goes for the shot, just a little bit low on the sniper. And now he's only taken 25 damage, doesn't have a lot of ammo. He attempts to get the box here, doesn't get it, but what I'm going to really be talking about is his Martaz ramp. Now this opponent has trapped himself, so he's trying to break out. And one of the best ways when you have someone's ramp over you, instead of placing the cone, I always prefer placing the ramp above my head, which is I like to call Martaz ramp. One, it traps them, and usually you will always catch the opponents in build mode, which is exactly what ends up happening here, right? They're trying to hold their ramp. If you get it, it works really, really well. And this is a fantastic thing to do when you're at health advantage. So start implementing this. I like it a lot better than the cone. The cone you can phase up and down. This is always underneath. It traps them and ends the fights very quickly. Really, really good stuff here from Mr. Savage. We're going to keep on rolling. Like I said, this is going to be a great example. Right hand peek, piece control, reset, even a little slide to make it a little bit more saucy. And then he's get pushed up on immediately. See the piece control here? Fantastic tracking. I mean, he really nearly put that guy in the whoopty. Now he's going to have a little bit of trouble here. And you're going to see kind of like the crux of Mr. Savage. With him being such high sense, the consistency of the edits are not really there. You're going to see this kind of scuffs here. He's a little bit late there. He's going to get a lot more consistent. Does a good job of blocking himself off. Little 30. Not having the best guns that kind of take minis. He doesn't have a lot of mats, like 24, so he immediately goes for a play. 100 cracks. Recognizes the opponents on one. Really, really good job. And again, most of these kills coming in Tilted still 50. Now, one thing I want to talk about, something you always need to do, I'm not going to break it down in slow-mo. If you get this front wall, one of the best things you can do is place your own cone. You're going to see almost all professional players do this. Once they have the wall this way, the opponent can't just willy-nilly run at them and place a ramp or escape. That's pretty much trapped them. Now the opponent runs out the back after taking the wall. Now this opponent does a good job. He gets the cone off, but the opponent held a right-hand peek really, really good. Good attempt, safe peek. And he gets him with kind of a little bit of a bait. He quickly finishes the fight. But immediately, like I said, landing in Tilted, you're going to get rolled up on a ton. Fantastic free fire. And this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes with Mr. Savage, you see a lot of inconsistency in the edits. Just because it's incredibly fast. And look at that fantastic tracking. I was really surprised how good his aim was. This is another good engagement here to break down as well. 90, and then what he's going to do to end this fight quickly, pre-box the opponent's trap. He has nowhere to go. Do you see he tries it out and realizes that he can't go anywhere, right? So he kind of does a lot of good things there in terms of one, he doesn't just willy-nilly 50 in. I know that's what he wanted to do. And I think after he didn't get it the first time, he realized it's kind of just not the play. He gets the wall weak with a sniper. He scuffs the actual swing and he goes, okay, now the opponent's placed a ramp, so let me just come over here, take it. He does get it first try, 91 cracked, and then what ends this fight right here, right, is he goes, oh, I'm just going to pre-box here in case the opponent runs out. The opponent is obviously kind of a little bit lost, but that's a great way to eliminate good players, right? Just cut off their escape routes. He's in a kind of scuff situation. He has nowhere else to go, so that's a free kill. And that's just by cutting off escape routes. 9 kills, and he still hasn't even left Tilted. Everyone likes to come in and third party this area. And look at the fantastic mechanics on display. Good escape route, too, in case he missed that shot. 10 kills. We're still in Tilted, right? Haven't even left. Man, oh man. This is such a beautiful clip. I'm going to play it in slow motion. He goes, oh my. You can't be getting shit on like that. But man, I just want to talk about one. Do you know how just incredibly fast he is? And the way... It's really beautiful to watch how fast he is. And that's kind of like what you take with it inconsistently, like... with his edits, but does a great job of basically cutting off an escape route, right hand peek, resets immediately, and places the front wall so the opponent can't do anything, right? Doesn't even have time to reset because Mr. Savage is so fast. Incredible stuff. I just wanted to play that in slow motion because it was really good. Just kind of escape route, and once he realized the opponent basically had to reset everything.
That hard.
Finally, we're in corny now. We just get a nice little third party. Free Beacher Classic in the fight, sprays out. It's almost hard to tell exactly what Mr. Savage... This is such a good thing to do. Now you see him attempt to do that. What I like to call... This is almost what almost every professional player does now, escaping a box. This is really good. Once you get that cone down, it's this. You can either notice how he held a ramp there to keep protecting the angle, and then he wanted to maybe edit. Then he goes, nah, I better just heal. Then use of the armored floor to prevent getting sprayed. That's something you can definitely do in this meta. Now this opponent looks like he's in no mats. He gets a free elimination there. Oh my goodness, the tracking is fantastic. That's just really, really good aim. Good job of recognizing the opponents on the floor and just sprays him down. 14 kills. Doing a good job of creating space. And you're going to notice, he goes, this is such a good thing to do. I talked about it in the last Noah Riley bot review I did. Man, baiting this big pot will get people just so aggressive. People don't want to let people heal, and good players always punish that. You're going to see him here. Like, he doesn't really need a big pot, right? It's not like he's taking a ton of damage. He's like, is he going to let me get this off? Nope. So the opponent just jumps down, plays aggressive, catches him on a double swing, and then good crosshair placement 100, full piece, resets the floor to even catch him, just makes him look incredibly lost. 15 kills, all been in corny and Tilton.
Nobody gets rebooted as well.
That's true. But there has been a good amount of 30 bombs this season. Now this opponent looking a little bit lost. Notice not building cones, not really being super protected. He kind of baits that, and the opponent just scuffs himself. Not much to really say there. Just kind of a good bait. 39. Gets a full piece here with a cone. I like this play so much more as opposed to editing it. Just look at the mechanics here on display. Just how fast. Reset, kind of playing with his food a little bit. You don't need to do all that to get the kill. You can always have a more optimal edit. But with his editing speed, it allows him to be You see him do that a couple times as well. Oh my goodness. He nearly full pieced him when he gets cone, but he just full pieced him again. And then look, he does the same thing, placing the cone.
What was that timing?
Man, the opponent actually almost wins that. Makes a great recovery. But I just wanted to just pull into slow motion. You could definitely see mechanics are obviously a big strength. And this is what you see him do. Pre-fire, full piece, he doesn't get the cone. Then he full pieces him again. Sprays through, immediately gets the cone. And then immediately places that cone down there on the floor, right? To prevent the opponent from just being able to ramp over him. Opponent actually times it pretty well. He was 14 HP. Opponent actually made a pretty good read if he just hits a harder shot. 18 eliminations now. Getting a nice little third party, kind of reckless, cracks him, nearly full pieces him. Then he full pieces him right there.
Every kill he gets is a clip.
Every kill he gets is a clip? Kind of. It's got to have been that type of game for Mr. Savage. He's incredibly entertaining to watch. Now, you're going to see probably two of the worst players that you will probably ever see in VOD reviews, especially this late. And this opponent obviously has no idea what's going on.
Come here. Come here.
He's just placing metal floors. He gets pickaxed without doing any damage.
This guy thinks he's crouch walking. I won't be able to hear him.
Exactly. Excuse me. I'm surprised he doesn't play with visual. Almost every pro player I see plays with visual. I'm personally not a fan just for the visual aspect, but I think it truly is worth. This is a great way to phase in right here. And you're going to see him kind of play with his food a little bit here. He places armored walls. I don't
He's
know.
holding the wall right now.
I'm pretty sure Savage did that just to kind of troll him.
Holding the wall the entire time, waiting for me to break it.
And then you can kind of see not creating space. Opponent is pretty lost. Now this is such a good recovery.
What's your problem?
And the opponent just runs away with his back wide open, gets a free elimination after nearly getting 200-0. Nice crosshair place at 119. And that's so much the meta now, just people running at you with SMGs. If you really trust your shotgun aim, you can still dominate.
Don't die.
And then he third parties the last
Okay, nice.
two people, 24, and for the 25 kills, you're going to see him just kind of go crazy here. And the Savage mechanics are on display. They are very beautiful. Incredibly fast, but you can see that kind of the consistency is just not, it's really hard to be consistent when you're this fast. He nearly gets this clip, he just scuffs it right there. Just kind of can watch. Now you don't need to do this to be completely successful. Arena 70 crack as well. Creating an escape route right there. Opponent does a good job of shooting out. He nearly falls to his death. And you can see he kind of plays with his food again here too. Nice right hand peek. Could have phased in could have exploited in if you wanted to. You're gonna see him then just kind of try to practice flick shotting. It doesn't really, he's just kind of toying with his food. He's gonna eventually end up getting a pretty easy elimination here. But then, the mechanics are incredible, the piece control is incredible. But we did see just a lot of piece control. In a meta where piece control truly isn't that important. And he gets a nice little finish to kill 25 people, dropping tilted towers. Not a surprise. We know Mr. Savage mechanics are probably top tier with that ability to have good aim with such incredibly fast mechanics, but you see a lot of the basics on display, the piece control, the right hand angles. You see him using an SMG when he needs to, but still trusting his shotgun aim to dominate opponents. A very impressive showing for Mr. Savage. But that is going to do it for today's VOD for you guys. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.